Okay, so welcome indeed back for more Path of Exile. So we did a little bit of trading. I have like everything in the chat, so it's perfect. So you guys know I didn't like do anything. So what I did is I traded 12 fusings for 2 chaos. Then someone bought the pair of boots that we actually got that had 30% movement speed and they had some life on them. Those sold for 1 chaos, and so we sold it to that guy. And then we bought this Hope Shredder bow for 3 Chaos Orbs. That's what I've been talking about it for a while. It does have a downside. Oh, wait, does someone else want to buy something? Tesalo Sapphire Ring. Oh, cool. Invite them to the party, and then we're going to have another Chaos Orb. I don't know which one, though. Left 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's this one. And then we will continue after we make all of our profit. There we go. And now we're done, so we can leave the party. Say thank you to this guy. You don't have to say thank you. I'm just used to it. Oh, someone wants this helmet. Well, we are just like I just started hitting record and like everything is just perfect. It's awesome. And now I have more currency to buy more stuff. But yeah, it's just when you start selling stuff, things can go by real fast if you have a lot of good deals. And like I said, I always sell things cheap. The reason why is like I just want to move my stuff. If you sell it for the exact same price everyone else is going to sell it for, you might have to wait an hour just because your rolls aren't perfect. Unless your rolls are perfect and you're like, I'm confident I can sell it. Okay, so that's awesome. We have 4 more Chaos Orbs right now, so we have 4 more things to upgrade, essentially. I 1000% can get way better amulet. The only thing I really want to get in terms of an upgrade right now is I want to get Starkonja's helmet. So here is what Starkonja helmet does. So all I want it to have is as much life as possible, but I only want to play 1 Chaos Orb. I'm going to look at some like the corrupted ones and see if there's like a like this one has another 39 to life. That's great. We lose that Chaos Res. I just want it to have at least 1 blue socket. I miss my Hydrosphere for the boss, and I don't want to get it anywhere else, so... Actually, we can get way better gloves, too. We can get... Yeah, we get a lot of stuff. I just want this helmet, though, so I'm not going to ask for too much. I just want 1 blue. Just 1 blue socket in it. I don't really care what the rest has. Actually, hold on. Since we're swapping this to this, we actually could use... there's only 1 with 1 in there. I need this to have some greens linked. Which do I have any fusers? I have 5 fusers. I'll use some fusers just to show you the example on it. I mean, this is not really that great. I just need it to have at least 1 blue. Actually, what I'm going to do right now, okay, here's what we're going to do. So I have 37 whetstones. This is actually like a decent item, so I will like whetstone and quality this one up. So see the physical damage? See how it just goes up? It's not much, but it adds up. Then I'm going to use Jeweler's Orbs. Oh, he wanted to buy the boots. I'm sorry, man. So, sold. Sorry. Okay, so this item over here, I want to give it, let's say, more sockets. Okay. Oh. So sometimes people will offer you a different form of currency, and it's fine. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay, this is perfectly fine. I just needed to have 2 green to move these over. Tornado, I do need Hatred. So now, because now we're going to lose this helm, so I'm kind of like swapping whatever's in here, and we'll be totally fine, because I don't really need Tornado till later. I mean, I still want to activate it on bosses, but later, I want it in this one helmet that's kind of more down the line later, but this is good. I'm not going to try to push for like a lot of sockets here. What I want to do is get the Starkonja's helmet. Now, I need it to have... This is totally fine. I'll just buy this one. This one gives me 87 life. I believe it rolls up to 100. But if this guy doesn't want to sell it, I will go buy a different one. So that's this one right here. So yeah, if this guy doesn't, like, if it doesn't have a blue, I'm just going to get one that has as many sockets as possible. 4 sockets is max. There's only corrupted one, which gives you negative life, which I don't want. Okay, I'm going to go to 3 sockets. Because I only want to pay 1 Chaos Orb for this, because that way I can use my Chaos Orbs later for something else. So I want the one with the most amount of life that has 3 sockets, and it's this one. So we'll hopefully buy this one off this guy. And if he doesn't respond in like 3 seconds, we go to the next person. This is just how trading works in the game. The other guy's AFK. Oh, there's not really that many. Okay, well, the other person's AFK, so sometimes they'll come back though. I'm gonna put 2 Chaos Orbs. Actually, we have 37. I'm just going to put 1 Chaos Orb, and then I'm just going to change the sockets to 2 sockets. Because I want to... The more socket colors we have, the better chance we have to roll on the item. It doesn't need to be linked at all. Oh, that guy's not even online anymore. That guy's AFK. This one... There's just not that many that are in this price range of 1. Let's try this guy next. And I know this is kind of like boring, but this is literally the game. So like, if you want to buy stuff, if you don't want to, I'll try to put a timestamp where we actually start playing Act 10. But like, I do want to get this item. Oh, finally, there we go. So it just took us it took us 5-6 minutes to explain everything. And next level, we're gonna be getting a lot of buffs. A lot of buffs indeed. There we go. Now we get Star Conjures. So it's going to give us extra life. That's why we wanted it. And then what I want to do is also look for... I can get Sniper's Mark too. So now we're going to go to Act 3. Okay, this will require you to have cost freeze or some other form of enemies can be cursed an additional time. Ideally, I'd get an amulet that also does this, but that way can I put 3 curses on the enemy, but not now. Because I just want to play. I want to get to the end game. And it's just going to take us a little bit longer if we do that. And I'm probably going to need some form of currency to get it, but I don't know what he needs. So we can get snipers. Where's Sniper's Mark? Sniper's Mark. Oh, Orbital Alteration is what I need. Okay. So I'm just going to grab Orbital Alteration, come back. That's Act 3 CO, so that's the little library quest that we can do. You could probably get it somewhere else, but I just know that he has them, so I'm just going to go to him. So Orbital Alteration. Grab one of these. And we can actually play with Starconder's Helmet right now. The reason why I like Starconder's Helmet is it gives us life. Look. Even though it says, what is it, 83 to life? Look how much life it's giving us. It's way more than 83. The reason why is because when you get life percent, everything starts to scale and get way, way better as you progress in the game. Alright, yes. So now on a boss, we're going to have Hydrosphere again because I'm going to try to get a... Well, I'm going to try to get a blue off this somewhere. Oh, I didn't get it off that one. Okay.
It's so good.
Sniper's Mark. So this makes it so they take increased damage from projectiles, and the projectiles also will go out. So this is a curse, not a hex. So it doesn't work with this. If you type in the keyword hex, it will also have... Okay, so this one's a hex. If I got 2 blue on this... Wait, we have 3... Okay, we could buy one more thing because this is pretty big, honestly, so it's worth it. If I can get a Lion Eyes, so it's the same exact item that we're getting again, Lion Eyes Paw. So if I can get a Lion Eyes Paw with 2 blue, and then any links, just 2 blue, and then ideally we get... Ooh, what the heck? That was perfect. No way. No way. There's 1 perfectly for 3-2. That's so awesome. If we can get this, this is awesome. Because then I can just get temp chains. Come on. Ideally, we get 3 blue and 1 green. That's kind of like the goal, but they're very expensive. They're like 30, 40, 50 chaos to get 3 blue. The reason why is because it's like someone else's thing that they're selling after they already got crafted it on it, more than likely. Okay, so it's not happening right now. Well, if we get 5 or 10 chaos, yeah, we can get it. Yeah, well, with 5 chaos, we can get 1 too. But I'm not gonna spend more time onto it right now. I just want to get the Sniper's Mark. Unless I could get that 1 off of that other guy. So we're gonna get Sniper's Mark, and we'll throw it in somewhere. I need to get... Well, these ones are linked. I would just need to get 1 blue over here. So let's go back into Act 10, and then now we're finally starting 10 minutes later. But Act 10 is really short anyways. So we're gonna try to get the helmet just to have 1 blue. It might be kind of hard. Oh, perfect. Now I can put my Hydrosphere back in. I missed that thing. All right, so now on bosses, we are going to cast Sniper's Mark and Hydrosphere. There it is. And then we're going to be dealing, like, in one level, our damage is just going to go super high. Oh, I don't have room for it right now. That's fine. Okay. When we level up one more time. Okay. So, if I can get one cast for it, sure. If not, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to use this as a dump tab, and I'm just going to dump everything in here. And I just want to play. I know this one kind of took us a while to get started, but nah, it's this game. So as soon as you go out, that's where it starts. So Act 10, let's go. Completing the game. This is the final act where we're going to be fighting the final boss. So we'll go over here, and he'll be like, help me. And in one level, our build's just going to get massively increased in strength. Oh, wait, we have Hydrosphere already right now. Woo! I'm actually more concerned that, yeah, well, in that one level, we'll get the 2% life regen when we move. Because, what's our cold resist? It's 70. I really need it 76. Like, I need as much as possible. Okay, so he tells us, like, we don't even have, yeah, okay, we have that set up. Okay. But yeah, we just go over there, and he's just going to, we saved him, and then we go back to the docks, and I'll say thank you. And we'll get a different life flask now, because it'll give us a lot more. Like, the numbers are just going to be way higher. We lose that freeze, though, immunity, which, it's not worth it. The freeze immunity is way more worth. Even though that one heals us for more, doesn't matter. At least right now it doesn't. So yeah, once we level up one more, big DPS increase. Survivability, though, may be questionable. And you'll see why. And we might actually just swap to Ice Shot. So I could also do Frostbite too, instead of the Sniper's Mark. But I ideally would have that on auto cast when the little arrows come down.
Sounds good. Does it work?
Oh, got a Blessed Orb, nice. So yeah, just keep on going like down to the right. I'm happy that we got that cost breeze though, because that allows me to really scale damage right when we get to the end game. So like, even though like we're completing the game, there's so much more content. There's so many more hours to play. But like, if you feel like, you know, I completed the game, I'm done, then that's awesome. Like, you don't need to continue going if you don't like the end game's mechanics. Because there are some people that don't even get to the end game. I don't get how they don't at least get to the end game. But like sometimes it's like, you know, you're not a fan of like this league mechanic, and for me, I like the league mechanic. I think it's awesome, but I don't think it's really worth doing it early on. Other than getting your rings to rare, because that can be like a pretty decent DPS increase. Because it takes like, I don't know, you get like what? We were getting 2,000 each, and it requires how many? I don't actually want to activate this. Okay, so it takes, it's like 72,000. So I'd have to do this 40 times. And that's a lot of times just for like an upgrade that we maybe only use for like an hour. And like it puts us further back every single time we do it, a minute or two. So I factor in my time in terms of like, is it worth doing? Because we're just going to get upgraded. But when you get like the best things, you know, and it takes me 40 tries, which maybe we can do it 2 times on a map, which would take us a map, like if we're relatively fast, we can do 1 map.
I'm not up to
and
that just yet.
like this build can do a map in a minute. Like there are some builds that like just will not be able to do it that fast, but there are some builds that are faster than others. So it depends on your build too. So the Ossuary, we need to do the Trial of Ascendency here. This is what this area is for. Before, this is where we got one of the items, and now it's where we get the trial. So we still have 2 trials to do. We're 2 complete. We're almost leveled up though. Just that one next level, big bonus. So we can deliver that to that guy. It's part of a different quest. But the only thing that's important here is, you know, all these portal scrolls, wisdom scrolls, nice. I like this newest change. So they drop a lot less frequently, but they drop in like more. There's more of them. Like when you pick it up, you get, oh, Eye of Winter. That's one of my favorite skills in the entire game. Do we have to use something? I can show you what it looks like. So here's what it looks like. This is what I played last league, and it is so good. Yeah, I can't recommend it enough. So here's, let me find an enemy. It's not going to do very much damage because it's level 1. Oh, there's no more enemies. Well, it's fine. I don't really need Hydrosphere in this area. It's this one. Oh, we got lucky on that. Our movement speed is just too fast. Oh, that was actually really fast. Look, we didn't even take damage from a lot of this. Ooh, look at all those chests. Okay. So, we're done with this area. Now we go, like, down. So, only other one is to do this, like, Vilenta's, like, Vengeance. So we can talk to, like, one of them to get some rewards. If you don't have an Onslaught Flask, you can get one for free over here.
Good luck out there.
And then let's get this out Purity. Do I have items to sell? No. Okay. With them, some passive respect points. You can also, oh, finding the teardrop is actually worth doing. It's in that direction. I just want to do Vilenta's Vengeance, so it's just hunt someone down. That the teardrop is worth doing because you get a bunch of different quests. I'm sorry, you get a bunch of gems from that quest that you can get. So let me show you what this skill looks like. I just want to find one enemy. Jeez, the game was like, nope, they're all dead. You killed them all. I'll grab this transmutation. So here's what it looks like. It's not going to do very much damage because like it's level 1, 2 we haven't scaled it, so. But yeah, once we get this one level, ooh, it's going to be nice. But I'm not sure if we can sustain the degen.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And I'll show you what I mean by that. And I might drop Ice Bite for something else because of it.
My mana is gone.
Woo! Now we're 65. We can use that thing. Well, jeez, heck, there's so many things coming out of that. Okay. And later we'll buy some 2-tone rings for like 1 chaos each or like 5 chaos a piece. So I want... Ooh, we can extra... I really need this though. I really need that regen right now. I do want to get the extra life too, but this is going to start bleeding us out. So I'm going to swap to this bow. What was our damage on this? I just want to know for reference. So 9,200. Okay. So now we are going to put this in here. We got Dash and Second Wind, Tornado, and Hatred. Okay. Okay. So now it says we do, in terms of damage, 12,000. Okay. So yeah, we got like a good chunk of DPS increase, but it's going to be even higher. So with these frenzy charges that we gain, we get more damage. Okay, I think we can sustain it. We're fine. You can see how okay, it's like we are degenning, but it's fine. We'll definitely be okay. And the more HP we get, it's fine because we take it as a flat damage, and we'll get max cold resistances. And that's one thing I was kind of like, are we gonna be okay? But we're fine. That's why I got that like life regen on move specifically for this. Okay, so we're gonna go to the reliquary to get this teardrop because it is 100% worth getting. If we're fast enough, we can get back. So the reason why this thing is so great, but I said it's kind of dangerous, is because we have the downside of taking 200 cold damage per second while we move, but we get added cold damage per frenzy charge, extra accuracy, which is really nice, and increased movement speed per frenzy charge. Oh, there we go. There it is. We got it. So now what we're going to do is... We don't have to deliver it to her now, but I just want to add on my inventory. And I want to actually use the waypoint, warp back, and that way we can get the quest Vilenta's Vengeance to kill the person, and then we get an extra skill point. Actually, we could get that leather belt. If it rolls life plus life and like triple resistances, then I would swap it for what we have. But remember, we picked up this belt like a long time ago, and it's still working. All right, so like I said, we're gonna go from the reliquary because the reliquary's waypoint is like right there, and if we just go from the reliquary to the ravaged square, we'll be a-okay to get there faster. Usually, I mean it's all RNG on these like maps. You never know. There we go, control blocks. Find another boss. Later we'll be able to generate frenzy charges much easier.
I'm not up to
But
that
right now we
just
can only get it via, was it 50% on kill? 64% on killing a frozen enemy. But like, we're gonna get that, like, we're gonna maintain that, that's no problem at all. Right now 3's our max, but we can get to 5 very easy. 6 pushes it a little bit. I mean, you can make your build all about stacking as many as you can, and you get massive amounts of damage. And you can also get, like, power charges, too, and there's an item that lets you have, like, frenzy and power charges are equal. It's awesome. But I like to do brittle. I was thinking about it, though. It's just the item badge of the Brotherhood is not cheap. Technically, neither are Secrets of Suffering to get that keystone. But it kind of depends, because I like having my amulet slot open. But that's like the easiest way to get 100% crit. Because like you'd have to invest a lot into getting that 100% crit. Whereas the other way, it's basically 2 skill points. Well, more so 4 because you have to invest 2 towards it. But the other 2 is plus projectile damage, so it's not really like a downside. I'd say it's like, if you want to be like realistic about the numbers, it's 3 skill points to have 100% crit, and you don't really need to invest crit into it. Your like build at all.
My mana is gone.
So you have to kill this guy. So this mechanic, he comes down kind of like an airstrike. It's the only thing that you guys gotta move out for. Other than that, he's really easy. So here's where he airstrikes. It's in a straight line. As long as you're just moving, and when you move, just move in the same direction, unless he's also going in the exact same straight line. The way I try to like deal with it is just always try to move in a circle. Also, don't get hit by those. This is no fun. I forgot what it even does. Can't even mouse over it because it went over so fast. But yeah, don't get touched by him. I love this duration of the Mirage Archer buff. It's really good for bosses. Because again, bosses in PoE, you eventually can get your build to like melt them so fast that but between that time, the Mirage Archers, even though like if you look at other builds that are the top builds and like you look at their DPS, you can still clear out things faster with Mirage Archers earlier on. Later, yeah, you drop them for sure. Because like if you can kill them in like if you can kill the boss in 2 seconds, then there's no point. You're just a wasted skill points to get the Mirage Archer investment. All the arrows just bouncing all over the place. I love it. Someone that Hydro Sphere starts ticking on them. There we go. Did he drop anything good? Nope. Alright, so that's the skill point quest. Now we go kill the main boss of the game. Like I said, this act is very short. It's like that in a lot of action RPGs, though, for like the final act.
Remember, we do this for freedom.
Woo! And then actually, I'll think about getting... What does the other thing give us? Extra evasion. It's not bad. Like, we're going to scale it eventually anyways. But in terms of life, the other life node, there's just attack leech. I mean, we could go all the way... It's like over here. It's not the bad one. Because you get the skill. There's actual extra bow. You get increased movement speed. But there's damage over time, which I don't really care about. But yeah, we'll worry about that later. Let's just go complete the game right now. And I'm going to put... Actually, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to throw in that sniper's mark. Where were we putting it? Hatred, Tornado. Oh yeah, I don't need Tornado. Not right now, at least. I do want to, because that's like part of... Oh, whoops. I put this in the guild stash. If they want it, they can have it. Okay, I'm gonna sell this for cheap. Remember, I bought it at... What did I buy it? I bought it for 5, and then I regretted it. But this has superior, so I'm gonna keep it. Actually, could you make a build called cast on crit? And that means when we crit, it will cast whatever ability that we have equipped to it. It's another fun build to do with bows, because you just get so many things that fly across the screen. Alright, so next up we got to do the main quest. So we need the staff, so we're going to go to the Desecrated Chamber of Innocence. So I think it'll be this way.
I'm not up to that just yet.
But now maybe you guys see why I get so much movement speed in the game. Because it does make the game feel way better, and you're just able to zip by on content. Torch courts, right? I believe you go through the torch courts. Yes, sir. Okay. And then you get to the next area. Has the proximity shield, so we have to go in his little bubble. Oh wait, I don't want this on this. I wanted sniper's mark on that. Okay, so I can like left click or right click and middle mouse button click on bosses. So what this does is make it so that the things will bounce from him to the hydrosphere, which will then chain off and bounce back to him. It just makes it nasty. Later, though, we will get that on auto cast, so I don't even have to cast it. It'll automatically put Sniper's Mark. And then we'll also get Frostbite. And then it will give us a huge amount of damage increase. And then we'll drop Lightning for Tornado Shot. We'll also get a better pair of gloves. Well, it's not necessarily a better pair of gloves, because stats on it, the only important part that it will grant us is it converts our physical to cold. We already have 50% of our lightning converted right now, and 40% of our physical damage converted. But like this doesn't really have that much physical, but like you still want to min-max on that conversion, because like it's generally worth it, because like a lot of items that like we can get on like rings may have like physical damage rolled on it, and then just until you get like that max conversion, it's just nice to guarantee that it's going to be cold damage, because Tornado Shot will just come as all fizz until we convert it, and Tornado Shot is awesome. But later we're going to get another version of Tornado Shot that hits randomly for 60% of the damage. It will be random, and then the 40% will always be cold. And it's good because it'll also apply Scorched Sap, which reduces the damage we take and increases the damage the enemies take. And then if it happens to roll cold, then it just hits them like insanely hard. And since we hit them like so many times per second, it's nice. I mean, now I feel like our damage is back where I like it. So we got all the trials done.
I'm not up to that just yet.
So we're gonna run through this. Get the staff.
Look at this guy.
Oh.
Look at this guy.
Oh, it's a Shiver Sting. It's actually a really good leveling item, just because it adds a massive amount of cold damage, and it has Cannot Be Frozen. Cannot Be Frozen is an amazing like tag on an item. There's a ring that does it, a pair of boots that do it. But now on the tree, like you can get like a god skill, but we'll have to get it. go. Go over here. This boss takes forever. It has a lot of don't kill me.
My mana is gone.
I should make sure I get all my Mirage Archers like summoned. Otherwise we lose a lot of value. Ooh, he hits hard. Later we'll be able to sustain our frenzy charges because we're gonna get a flask that will allow us to keep it up. But we need chaos resistance, which we don't exactly have right now. Oh, so still, Mirage Archers got buffed again. All right, I know a lot of people don't like him, but like the actual number for the DPS will be lower, but in the actual gameplay, the Mirage Archers are legit. Until you're like, if you're killing a boss in 2 seconds, okay, Mirage Archers aren't good. But for starters, you're never gonna like two-shot a boss. Like, it's just impossible, unless you're running like insanely like powerful gear that you got from another character, and you're like, you know, on your second character or whatever. And I think they're great for the league mechanic too. Also, like, it's so fun to watch when you get knockback on crit and you have like 100% crit. The boss just like bounces from one side of the screen to the next because there's so many projectiles. The boss doesn't even get to move. Like, there's just too much content. Okay. There we go. Now we can deliver the staff to Bannon. And then we get to go through.
Good luck out there.
For freedom.
Oh, we can get another chromatic orb.
Remember.
Alright, let's sell it right back to her for the chromatic orb, but we'll identify it first.
Remember. Can't see why I'd
Just
want
in
to do
case.
that here.
So we go to the Katava's Horns, which is just like up from the Ravaged Square, just up and to the right. There are other quests, and like I mentioned before, if you want to do all the quests for the first time, it's not bad. I'm just going to show you guys the quests that are actually worth doing. Some of the other quests like is like a no reward. So that's why we don't do them. That's why no one does them. Other than your first time. Like I said, the first time, it's cool to see, like, if you want to like hear like the story behind stuff. Oh, ball orb. Dang, they don't spawn till Act 10 now, I guess. That's crazy, because I didn't even get one. So what a Vol Orb is it corrupts the item, and it makes it so you can't really change the item, which is kind of like the mechanic that we have for this league, where it corrupts the item. Although I've never gotten a corruption that, like, destroyed the item really hard on the league mechanic. I don't know if it will corrupt the item, and because you can brick an item, like, instantly. Like, this armor, if I, like, ball it can turn into nothing. Like, actually, basically nothing. You know, like a basic, like a white socket, or like it could, like an item that doesn't have like anything. It's unpredictable. It can do the most wild of things. But even after we fight the final boss, there is like about like a 5-minute like extra quest for whatever reason. Like, you used to be able to just like kill the boss and we're good to go, but now it's like you kill the boss. Let's see how many times we die. We'll definitely die, I would say, my guess is 3 times on this boss. Because I just didn't bother to go for like that much defenses. We have 3k life. I mean, as long as the evasion like checks out, right? We have 72, 74 chance to just not take any damage. But like against some of the bosses, like it doesn't matter. Like, they hitting you, they don't care. Your evasion needs to be like insanely high. Oh, you know why we have extra? Oh, you know why I was kind of like worried, and like I was like, wow, surprised. Because I forgot we got the stone golem. I didn't factor that in. He just gives us a bunch of life regen. He currently gives us 90 life per second. That's why. Also, I was thinking about like maybe I'll go swap to vitality, run a low level vitality to try to help out. No, we're good. Another level up. I'll put in the point later because we'll get another 2 points. I just want to show you guys like everything ASAP, and I kind of want to maybe plan out what I want to get next, because I think I want to at least do some maps and check out the speed. Because if I have like the damage on the maps, I'm just gonna start off movement speed, because you'd be surprised how much movement speed actually matters if you're playing and doing lots of maps. And I want to mess with the league mechanic too, like, and that you need movement speed for it. So we go to Altar of Hunger. You don't need to do this, but like I don't think you do anymore. You used to have to do this, but now it just like checkpoints you in, which is really friendly. So we'll go throw the Hydra Sphere down. We'll go hit him with the Curse, Sniper's Mark. So basically, he throws down fire. Don't stand in the fire. We fought this guy before he killed us, though. Well, like it's part of like you have to die to him. It's part of like the progression. There's just so much clutter on the screen, to be honest. But basically, just don't get hit by the stay away from red. It's like the best like tip. And then he throws his heart down. Just a heads up though, when you kill Katava, our resistances are going to get really bad, which is fine. It just makes the game harder, because it's like, well, I don't know, Diablo did it, so why don't we do it too? I actually don't know why we just lose resistances when Katava, like, we kill him, but that's just how it is, and it's supposed to make the game like harder. Cool, we didn't get hit. We're fine. Ooh. Oh, see, if we do get hit, we basically die. Like, even though we have a very high evasion chance, eventually you get hit, so. As long as we can survive, like, one hit, the next hit probably won't hit us, but when you see those giant, like, crosses or X's, yeah, those also do damage, so don't stand on them. The fire covers up a lot of the screen, though, so be careful. But you have these other guys helping you. He's supposed to be, like, an epic boss. He does look epic, but it's only the first time that I'm like, wow, oh my gosh, now it's just like, oh, face roll easy. Because before, I thought that fire move that he did, I'm like, how'd you dodge it? It covers up everything. Just stand on one of the sides. I can't wait till we get Ascendency Strand. It makes my fingers so much happier. And all the auto-cast flasks, like, we don't have to cast any of the flasks. Oh. Oh. See how it looks like he covers up a lot of it? You just gotta move to the other side. You'll be fine. You also thought I was OP skizzy? Yeah, it's just like, it just seems like, what the heck, man? But now we get to move to the, oh, we didn't get there fast enough. I didn't dash. Okay, so I predicted 3 deaths, okay? So we're still in it. Oh, he's like really low. Oh, okay. Like I said, this is why, like, I say it's okay to die. Don't worry. The damage is worth it. Sometimes this fight can take a really long time for some people. Like, our damage is really good, even though it still took some time.
Look at this guy.
Woo. Got a unique. Oh, okay, so we definitely need to get better gloves, and we will. We're gonna get these gloves that have Rampage, that aren't gonna. They're gonna lower our life, but it's worth it because we're gonna go fast. Woo! I think we have. Do we have 2 Chaos Orbs? They're not very expensive. I just need them to have 2 red sockets. Okay, so once I kill him, we can go to Oriath again, even though we were already there. It's going to be like a happy Oriath where everything's nice and bright and colorful and family friendly. All right, so we talked to Lily and talked to Kyrak, talked to all of them. And Lani will give us 2 skill points, which is the most important one. And then this, I'm going to put in our guild stash. Or if anyone in the chat wants any of these items that like I'm done with, feel free to let me know. This item over here is worth 1 chaos, so we're going to go try to sell it for a chaos. And maybe it'll sell. Okay. And we are ready. Okay. So we can talk to all the people. And we'll show off more of the mechanics. Like I said, I really don't know what I want to scale for because I don't know how much damage we're dealing. And if I want to get more defenses, I can. I'm going to just keep it for a second. So from here on out, we're going to do... Oh, do we go to the lab and it breaks and then we do it? Okay, yeah. So we go into the temporal laboratory, and this is usually where you're like, okay, I get to do my final endgame maps. Well, this thing blows up, and it's like, oh, psych, you can't do it. I don't think there's anything in here. So it like spins and it breaks and then it's come out. Oh, actually when you're done with the game you can type in /passives and it'll tell you, oh, we didn't do Reflection of Terror? Okay, hold on. This is actually important. Make sure you do all of your skill quests first. And so now we can talk to someone. I forgot who it is, but make sure all of these are checked in except for Deal with a Bandit. So we didn't complete Reflection of Terror. Oh, we did that one. We just didn't get the reward from it. So that's actually important. So Reflection of Terror is, if I just go to the passive, Reflection of Terror is Act 8. Yeah, so we did all of them. And I always remember to do all of them. I forgot to get the reward for it. So we have another skill point. So we have 4 skill points. She was going to talk to one of them to get the book as the reward. But I did do it.
Stay out of the shed.
There we go. Oh. It's because we had another reward and I clicked out of it and then it couldn't go to the next thing. That's why I didn't get it. But yeah, now that we have extra skill points, we can get... I really wanted that like spell suppression equals damage. I actually could get 2... Ooh, actually this is damage and technical survivability, but we might take a lot more damage. Yeah, I'll regret that later. I'm going to try this. I might regret it, but I already have like the... Oh, wait. They moved the frenzy thing over. Wait, what? They moved it. Well, it's fine. I could just get 1, and it's really not that big of a deal. Because this gives us increased frenzy charge duration. But yeah, I wanted to get this spell suppression, all of these, and then get the one where it gives us critical strike chances increased. Because that's like defense and offense at the same time. But we're going to get some jewel sockets as well. That's always like a plus. Like there's no reason why. Like getting this is always going to be good. I'm just going to put one in this because if you remember before we had that jewel. It just granted us like 7 life. And I'm just going to use that right now. Well, actually, this is an unidentified jewel. Totem life. Well, we're not a totem, so it doesn't help us. The reason why I want this jewel is because I'm going to want any jewel anyways, a socket, because I might get just the immune to corrupted blood because it might be super cheap. I'll check the prices, but there is another way to get immunity to corrupted blood. So you have 2 options. You can get a jewel that says cannot be inflicted with corrupted blood, or you can get this thing and then be immune to corrupted blood. But I'm still thinking about like that 12 to all res and 7 chaos res is nice too. That's really good. And then on top of that, like I'm going to get this because the circlet will give us energy shield. And I have no way to really like mess with the energy shield. But I do have 30 energy shield on kill. And if I get Shadow Stitch, which is another unique item that we'll talk about later, that's a super cheap 6-link guaranteed. Which actually might be even cheaper this league, because actually, I'm going to check the price of this real quick. But it's called Shadow Stitch. Oh, I want Shadows and Dust too. But Shadow Stitch. Let me check out how much this one's. Shadow. Because if it's really expensive, then I'm not going to show you it. Well, I guess I can show you it anyways, but. Oh, it's 4x. It's super expensive. The reason. Okay, so this is Shadow Stitch. It rolls randomly 2 effects on. Oh, that's a really good like projectile gems. This one's like pretty good. The lowest one is 4x. Sometimes you can get them for pretty cheap just because people just want other things. But the reason why it's so awesome is because well, that's really good. 5% increased life too on it. So it gives you negative resistances for each corrupted item that you have equipped. It default comes corrupted, and it gives you increased maximum life and increase energy shield for each corrupted item. You can corrupt all of your items via the Crucible and not really have any downsides like you would normally risk with the like normal corruption, like where you just corrupt like a really good ring or something. So yeah, it's a kind of more expensive this league, but maybe it'll go down. It's the first few days, so keep in mind prices fluctuate. But I do want to look at the Shadows and Dust. Oh, it doesn't. It's evasion and shield. Ooh, I need 2 red links somewhere in my, like, I want it somewhere in my build. Later, we'll drop this, but I have to run this now until we get this helmet that's kind of expensive. Let me see how expensive it is. It's called Ascendency Chant. Here's, I'll show you what it looks like once I copy it. Let's see how much. Oh, it went back up in price. I saw it the other day and it was like 80, and so like it's gone back up in price. It used to be like 2 exalts, so it's still cheaper than it was before. But yeah, this item, what it does is whatever spells we put in it, it just casts it for us when we shoot a bow. So it's like it has a 0.3 second cooldown, but it is so good. Okay, so now that we got that extra skill point quest, I put in. Don't feel free to, if you don't have any way of getting frenzy charges, don't put in the frenzy charge one. The other one that we put in to get the jewel socket is totally fine, because no matter what, I'm going to want it. And I was just kind of debating on what I want to scale, and like with the jewel socket, I can scale anything. Anyways, going back to the epilogue in Act 10, because there's even though like this is still Oriath, whatever, you're going to go to the newer Oriath. You're still using awful gear. Oh, and what build, Skizzy? Are you playing the Holy Relic again? Okay,
Can't see why
we
I'd
have to
want
walk
do that
out
here.
somewhere over here. And then like one of the guys like joins us, I think. Right? Oh, we already did the Ascendency. We can ascend again too, but like the more important thing is I want to show you guys the maps. Do I not exit? I already went through the Templar lab, right? Do I have to talk to them? Did they change it? Sometimes, I swear, they just change things in PoE, and it's like, oh. I want to see you go through. You go through one of these, and then he'll just show up. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the area, but he's not. The guy's not here. I don't know. Does he just show up as we progress? Fine, we can get the waypoint if we have to. I don't know. Is there even a waypoint here? But I know we need the other guy because he helps us open up the door. Oh, we have to take the vault key, and then we go to the other side. Or is this? It just says go to the haunted reliquary. Is it still in this path? Remember to pick up all the 6 socketed items. Because on the map it's not showing me any other area. I think we just go back to town. I'm just gonna go back because I'm like 99% sure we just go, and then he joins us. Here we go. Ah, okay, I was right. Oh, you on that leaderboard playing that build? Okay, so because I know we need the other guy because you have to step on these things. So you put in the key that you got from going in that direction, then you go on the bottom left.
There's a haunting odor in the air. Be wary.
It's kind of a cool way to help him.
Kill everything that moves. I'll stand on this one. You stand on the other.
So he stands on that one. You have to stand on this one. It's kind of a DPS check too. Come on. Oh, he already opened it one. So these things will shock you. You can wait for them, or you can be dumb like me and just be like, okay, I don't care. But it doesn't really matter if you die. Like I said, up until like 90, like you can die once in a while. It's really not that big of a deal.
Angles that don't make sense. Shapes that shouldn't exist. And corners to trap the sight. Let's install these in the device and see what happens. Meet me in your hideout, Exile.
Okay, and now we're getting into the map mechanic. So now we're going to go back in to Oriath, and he's going to meet us in the hideout. So if you don't have a hideout, Helena... Did she disappear if you already have her?
Greetings.
You just go to anywhere that Helena would be. I think that the earliest is, I think, Act 2. But you should have a hideout at this point because I showed you guys how to like, get one. But if you don't, for whatever reason, you're like, I forgot, whatever. Click on Helena.
Hello.
You click on select hideout and then you choose whatever one that you want, or like go to a hideout. I think it's for the very first time. But since I already have mine, this is my hideout. If you want to download hideouts, I'll probably make a video full tutorial. It's not that difficult. You just like download a file and you just open it up. But there will be a map device. I don't know if they'll auto place it for you, but if not, all you have to do is go to edit, or actually it's decorations, and then you go to like map device. It'll be like it's weird, you can't like type it in now. But anyways, you just find the one that has map device, and then you'll drag it. Like for example, like if I wanted to like use this, okay, it would just place. Like, and I can rotate it if I want to. The rotating is the second one, and you can rotate it. But if you want to get rid of it, can you hit delete? Okay, yeah, you can hit delete on your keyboard and it deletes it. Okay, but that's like that mechanic. But talk to him, and he'll say activate the map device. So they should give you a map. Did they not give you a map? Okay, he gives you one of the maps. So yeah, he does give you a map. Oh, so Navali can also be placed, and I guess you can finally trade div cards. It's kind of weird. So I'm gonna sell this to her. I just want the extra room. So what you want to do with your map device is always identify the map. So for our build, if it has reflects elemental damage, we cannot do it. Like, I mean, you can get immunity later or like reduced reflected damage, but basically, almost every character at the very start won't be able to do every single map. But what you do is you put the map inside here, and then you hit activate. There are some bonuses that you can put in that will cost money, but for the most part, you won't. You don't do it in the very beginning. It's not worth. So you'll see that we're making the map harder by these modifiers. And if we roll something that's too hard, we can use our currency to change it. So a magic item is a blue item. So if it's a rare item, a yellow one, like I usually like to alch all of my maps in the very beginning because it just gives us better results. I have no scour orbs, so I can't do that. But it's fine. We'll probably get some. Like it's not that big of a deal in the very beginning if you can't alch them, but if you do have the ability to get a white map and alch it, I probably have some maps that we got earlier on too. But here's how we complete a map.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And this is the first metamorph that we encountered. So I'll show you the leagues. But basically you want to just keep on doing as many maps as possible. Just do them all. And activate the league mechanic, because in the maps, you'll have the chance to get really, really good items. So for the maps, we popped. And that will happen once in a while. And this is the important thing with the maps. We have 6 portals. Okay, if you're dying more than 6 times per map, then there's a problem. Your build sucks. Unless you copy mine, then it's amazing. But like, the league mechanic can make it harder, so sometimes it's okay in the earlier stages. Don't activate this thing. It's just too hard. And we also have a lot less life than we should. If we wanted to be super tanky. I don't like making my build super tanky. I like them super fast. We get tanky stats later. So in order to complete the map, we have to do the boss. Here's the boss over here. Yeah, our damage is really good. You can see this is the boss, and he's just melting. Oh, what the heck? He's got double HP? He pranked us. I thought he was almost dead. Alright. But these bosses are similar bosses that you fought before. They'll just have more HP. So now it says that we completed the area. And so with the metamorph mechanic, how it works, there's monsters that have this little like green dot on the mini-map. And when you kill them, you'll just start collecting like brains and organs. And you put them all together, and you make like a super boss. And the boss will probably one-shot most builds.
My mana is gone.
Because we have no chaos resistance. And then like a lot of time there's these little black dots, and you really can't see them. They've tried to make them more visible, but like it's so hard to see them when there's like so much stuff going on. I'll try the metamorph. I'll try to melt it fast enough. But here's how the metamorph works. I want to actually spawn it in over here so I can go backwards and kill more things. So remember the bubble monsters, you got to get inside their bubble if you want to actually deal damage to them. I think that was a little bit of a task. Okay, so we're going to spawn the metamorph thing, and then we're going to put in the more difficult things that we put in. Like if it goes all the way up, you can get an additional drop of one of the organs, and you can get 5 organs of a super metamorph that go into another area to fight and get better rewards. But I would recommend looking at what you can get, like rare armor. I don't care about rare armor, like I'm just gonna make this, but you can have extra rewards. The one that I like the most, like, okay, jewelry, okay, sure, I'll take that one. I don't really care about anything except for currency. That's usually the one I like. There's also catalyst. I'll see if we can get one so you can see what it does. And so this guy will be a little bit hard. It's gonna be like a fusion of multiple bosses. Oh, that's a lot of projectiles over there. I'm gonna try to get some frenzy charges. but these are generally pretty tough, so if you die on these, don't worry early on, because you need chaos resistance, and we have, like, none. What the heck is this fight? Like, that's a ridiculous amount of projectiles right there. Okay, so I'm just getting more frenzy charges. Watch out for the volatile. There's just so much to learn on this. Like, that's an absurd amount. Like, it really is. He dropped a catalyst. Cool. So, remember how we had the quality of the little, like, whetstone to increase this? We can also quality up our rings, our amulets, and our belts. So an imbued catalyst would increase caster modifiers. There's a caster modifier one. There's ones that will increase, like, attributes. There's ones that will increase, like, the resistances. Depending on which one you have, they can be worth something. Like, this one's worth about 1 chaos. But yeah, that's another way that you can increase your end game, and it takes a while to get to it. Here's like an end game flask. Let's see if we can roll it. Oh, it's immune to corrupted blood. Well, that's pretty lucky, and immune to bleeding. Okay, I honestly got really lucky. And we got one that's immune to corrupted blood, but ideally you want one that removes bleeding and corrupted blood. Corrupted blood you can just get straight immunity from. What is this green on the map? What are these little green things on the map? I don't know why there's a bunch of little green things on the map. Those extra monsters that have organs? Oh, what the heck is this? Dream Furnace? Wait, this is new. I think this is new. What the heck? Give the Dream Furnace to the last to die? I think that's just something new. That's cool. We got to see something that I haven't seen before. So what is this? The last to die. Yeah, this is definitely new because they put it right at our waypoint.
You found the Dream Furnace?
Ooh, what the heck is this?
It was an ill-fated invention.
Okay. Oh, so you can reset your Blood Crucible skills for free, or? Oh, it costs something. Oh, okay, I'm fine. I don't really want to do reset. I don't know what it does, but there is going to be some new boss mechanic that I have no idea how we access it. But we do every single time we do like a new player beginner guide, we always fight the new final boss of the game. So even though we killed the final boss of the campaign, in the end game there's more bosses. We do like there's the Shaper, there's Cirrus, there's these Guardians, there's a lot more bosses, and we do all of them, but the most important thing that I like to do, that I consider the end game, is I gotta be able to make sure I kill Cyrus and Shaper, but usually those are considered a lot easier now. The new boss mechanics are what's going to be challenging, and we will do those, but right now your goal is to do as many maps as possible. So I don't know what the default key is for the Atlas, but if you click right here, it'll give you all of them. So it's going to be in your... Where is it? Did they change it? It's not world screen. Oh, do I have to talk to him and then he'll show us? Okay, we have to talk to him first because I was like, my hotkeys not working. Okay, so this is... I have my... I don't know, what did I have my key to? Oh, it's G. Okay, so if you hit G, I don't know if that's a default key though, but just click on here and it'll have it. So this is our Atlas. We just did this one map, right? There are over 100 maps to do, and as you progress, you'll get these little watchstones, and you'll put these watchstones inside. I'll explain it more when I get it because I don't have it right now. But your goal right now is to do as many maps as possible. Where do you get the maps? You can get them from. Ew, how come she's not here?
Godslayer.
There's a person that you can purchase them from, but she's not here yet. Zana, you'll find her, but you can also. Okay, so I guess before we get to Zana, you can buy the maps here also. They just cost an orb of chance. If you hold Alt on the keyboard, you'll see if it's incomplete or not complete. So you see that there's like a bonus objective. So if we hover over it, the bonus is to kill him at the very beginning of tier 1 maps is to kill him at magic or higher. And then it'll go further and be like kill him at rare or higher. And then it'll be like kill him at corrupted or higher, or other things, or kill this at like a higher tier. So your goal right now is just run a bunch of maps, and I'll get back to you guys when I've done a bunch of maps and I can show you these little watchstones. There's going to be more bosses here that they're completely new bosses. They're not just like reworked bosses. They're like completely new. They got new mechanics, and there's a lot more content. This is not just the end of the game. But the most important thing is make sure you type in passives. Make sure every single one is filled up, except for Deal with the Bandits, because that's the one where I helped Alira, and we got the extra... we got the extra mana regen, the extra crit damage, and extra resistances. But remember, And I mentioned it before, when you complete the game, your resistances, you get a bunch of negative resistances, so you can see our resistances are pretty bad right now. We're going to make it much better, and right now, here's what I would upgrade. If you basically copied what I had, get a new quiver. That's the first step. I like how Golem just died right there. Right now, we don't have, let's say, the strength or something, and intelligence. What I would try to do, we could farm heists, get some more money, or just run maps. I'd recommend just run maps because you'll start completing stuff and you'll get currency here too. I'd recommend Star Conjures can be really good for a long time. This could be good for a long time. This is pretty solid for a long time. These boots are going to be solid until we get the helmet. The upgrades here, oh, for sure, the belt. The belt could give us, we can get a belt that has strength. I just need to get a lot more life. Our damage is still really solid, but our survivability, questionable. So what we're going to be looking for are specific things. Anything with increased elemental damage, like, I don't know how much currency you have at the moment. I mean, like, it's okay if you don't have any, but, like, this is what I have. I have 3. I would recommend the things that we upgrade. Our quiver, our gloves, our belt. These are the things that I would upgrade. These rings could definitely be upgraded. This amulet could be upgraded. Yeah, I would upgrade all of these. All of these. Upgrade all of these. These can stay, though, if you copied my build, like, as much as you could. And what I would get for gloves, you can get Him Sorrow gloves. It's a unique item. And if you want to run Tornado Shot, you can. But right now it's fine. Like, our damage is still perfectly good, great. We only really want to run Tornado Shot with Him Sorrow when we convert 100% cold to... And we also have Brittle, because otherwise it's not really worth it right now. Hybrid is still okay right now, as you can see from the damage. But on all your pieces of gear, what you want is life. On gloves, you can get whatever, like, for the evasion rating armor. But, like, ideally, something has to have, like, cast when damage taken and steel skin. So you need 2 linked reds. On your quiver, get triple resistances. If you can't, no, it's going to be way too expensive now. If you want to know what you want to get later down the line, you want, like, you can get additional arrow, you can get additional chain. You can get chain as a corruption, but that's super expensive to get anything good. Yeah, but get life resistances on all your pieces of gear, and then we'll talk more later when you progress. So just keep slamming down some maps, and I'll meet you guys later when we do like 20-30 maps. But anyways, thanks for watching. Congratulations, you did what a lot of people didn't even get to do, which is just even complete the campaign. So congratulations if you made it this far. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, but it's not over. We got more content. So anyways, drop a like on your way out, and I'll catch you guys in the next part. Peace!